Welcome back to our special edition of The Big Idea, Vacation Nightmares. Well, not long ago, just last December, a hearing was called in Congress to look into cruise ship safety. And when you look at everything that's been happening on these floating resorts, it might have been long overdue. But the deepest fear is that you might go on a cruise and never come home. In the past 5 years, the FBI has investigated at least 305 cases of crimes on cruise ships, and we're not talking about pickpockets. Many of those were missing persons, and there have been several deaths as well. Well, I guess now we're all too familiar with this horror at sea. 2 years ago, Annette Meisner, a 37-year-old mother of four, vanished from a cruise in the Pacific. Joining me now from Milwaukee on what had been Annette's 39th birthday, John Meisner, Annette's husband, her daughter Danielle Helt, who was on that cruise from Seattle, and the family's attorney, Charles Lipcon. Welcome, folks. John, Danielle, I'm so sorry for what has got to be an excruciating situation. John, a judge has declared your wife dead. They searched for her for a number of hours. What do you believe happened to your wife that night? Do you have any gut feel? Obviously, you weren't there. You spent a lot of time with your daughter, who was there. Any thoughts, any imaginations?
If you got a second, oh yeah. First of all, the local Waukesha court looked at the evidence from the search, everything else on the ship, the evidence of the scene. They declared her dead. Okay, you usually have to wait 7 years for a missing person. Now, that's the local Waukesha court. Nobody called me to ask me about her characteristics. Nobody talked to the people she was with in the group, the people that were there when they found the person. All there was a cup there in the area. The only people on the ship that can even have these cups are children, 6 and under, and crew members. Okay? She was seen talking to people at 9:30 in the bar where you have to go through to get to the casino. The two gentlemen that she was seen talking to, one was supposed to sit next to the family that night for the bingo call. This is the guy that hollered the bingo calls the whole time. He never showed up. They're not letting the FBI see videos. They're not letting us see videos.
How can they not let the FBI? Help me out here. How can a private company...
You tell me.
How can a counselor, how can a private company where somebody lost, it seems like lost their life on their ship, and obviously, to your point, they're not obviously looking for their passion to get hurt, how do they have the right to not let the FBI see security tapes?
Well, it's complicated, and what happens is when somebody gets on a foreign flag vessel, and all these ships are foreign flag vessels, if they fly in a flag of the Bahamas or Panama or Liberia, when you get on that ship, you are in the Bahamas, or you are in Panama, or you are in Liberia. And then you have a situation where something happens on the high seas, and you're not in the territorial waters of, let's say, the United States. So then it becomes a question of who has jurisdiction. Well, the first rule of admiralty law is look to the flag of the ship. So the original jurisdiction would be, let's say, with the Bahamian authorities, who just don't do anything.
I mean, this seems to be, I mean, whether it's Aruba, I'm just flabbergasted and nauseous at the same time that these destinations, there is no accountability. This is disgusting.
Well, it's getting worse all the time. I've been handling these cases for more than 30 years, and I can tell you the pattern in the last 5 years is that the number of incidents have increased dramatically. And I believe that the word has gotten out amongst all the predators, sexual deviants, criminals. The word has gotten out that they can go on these cruise ships, commit these atrocious crimes, and absolutely nothing happens to them.
This is like this floating crime heavy, and these are little cities, and this is the only place I can think of in the world, in any country, because they're not countries, they're floating, where basically it's the OK Corral, and people can get away with anything, and the ships and these companies seem to be, I don't want to say in cahoots, but certainly not in any rush to find out what the hell is going on. This is just, Danielle, I want to go to you. It's your mom's birthday today. I know you still believe somehow, some way, your mom is okay.
I'll always believe that. Otherwise, I think I'm giving up hope.
Well, don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. And somehow, some way, we're going to cover this throughout the rest of this show. We have got to get legislation that protects our people when they go on ships. We reached out to Carnival Cruise Lines to comment, and they have yet to respond. I want to thank my guests, John Meisner, Danielle Helt, and Charles Lipcon. Danielle and John, I can't imagine what it feels like. All right, we're back with more Vacation Nightmares. Don't go anywhere.